Minnesota prosecutors are nearing the end of their case against Derek Chauvin. It is now the third week of testimony, and as special correspondent Fred de Sam Lazaro reports, today included emotional testimony from George Floyd's brother, and another warning that viewers may find some of the images disturbing.
Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The 11th day of testimony began with defense attorney Eric Nelson asking Judge Peter Cahill to sequester the jury, with news headlines dominated by the fatal police shooting of a black man in a Minneapolis suburb on Sunday.
The problem is that the emotional response that case creates sets the stage for a jury to say, I'm not going to vote not guilty because I'm concerned about the outcome.
But the judge denied the motion.
This is a totally different case.
The state will call...
And the prosecution called cardiologist Dr. Jonathan Rich to the stand.
Have you formed any opinions in this case to a reasonable degree of medical certainty as to the cause of Mr. Floyd's death?
Yes, I have.
Would you tell us your opinion or opinions?
Sure. In this case, Mr. George Floyd died from a cardiopulmonary arrest. It was caused by low oxygen levels, and those low oxygen levels were induced by the prone restraint and positional asphyxiation that he was subjected to.
After reviewing George Floyd's medical records, video from the arrest, and the autopsy report, Dr. Rich put the defense's argument that pre-existing health conditions or drug use led to Floyd's death to the test.
I can state with a high degree of medical certainty that George Floyd did not die from a primary cardiac event, and he did not die from a drug overdose.
Do you have an opinion to a reasonable degree of medical certainty as to whether Mr. Floyd's death was preventable?
Yes, I believe that Mr. George Floyd's death was absolutely preventable.
And for the first time, the prosecution called a member of the Floyd family to the stand.
In May 24th, I got married, and my brother was killed May 25th.
Floyd's younger brother, Philonise Floyd, tenderly recalled growing up with George Floyd.
He was so much of a leader to us in the household. He would always make sure that we had our clothes for school. He made sure that we all were going to be to school on time. And like I told you, George couldn't cook, but he'll make sure you have a snack or something to get in the morning.
The state of Minnesota then called former police officer and use of force expert Seth Stoughton.
If you think of someone who's laying face down, where the head or face is against the ground and the chest is against the ground, that means the neck is kind of like a suspension bridge, right? So it's generally accepted in policing that you do not put weight down on someone's neck in that position.
Judge Cahill said he anticipates closing arguments will begin 1 week from today. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Fred de Sam Lazaro.